pull my butt back so that I'm going into a hinge. Now you might be saying to yourself, why are we doing this exercise anyway? What's the point? I can also switch that up by allowing. In this video, I'm going to show you an exercise to help you wake up your butt and hamstring muscles to improve your balance. So if you have some trouble balancing on one leg and you feel like you're just super weak back here, your hamstrings and your butt are super flabby, and just practicing like this doesn't seem to help you wake this stuff up enough, then this video is going to help you out big time. I'm going to show you an exercise that I'm putting into the Healthy Hips program, which you can find out more about when you click the link in the description box or listen to what I have to say at the end of this video. But before we get there, let me show you the exercise, explain how it works, and then I'm going to take you on a quick little workout that'll take you about 3.5 minutes to complete. And at the end, you should feel your butt muscles working. For this exercise, you're going to need a long band that has a light to medium resistance, and you want to have it attached to a sturdy, solid anchor point so it can't snap back and hit you. You're going to take that band and you're going to put it up and around your body and around your hips, like so. You want to make sure that it's low. You don't want it up around your belly button. You want it down here, right where your hips crease. So you're going to have it here, and then you're just going to put all your weight onto one leg. I'm going to start on my right leg, and I'm letting the band pull my butt back so that I'm going into a hinge, and I'm keeping weight into my right foot. I can play around with allowing weight to shift back to my heel. I can put weight more into the ball of my foot or into the toes, and I'm just going to hold this position. You'll notice my knee is bent, but you can play around with this. It can be straighter, it can be more bent. You can just figure out what feels like a challenging position where your butt muscles are having to work, and maybe your hamstrings as well. So you can bias either side to side, or you can bias in terms of actually turning, right? So I can go diagonally. I could let one leg, the stance leg, move out to the side, which then creates more hip abduction here, so that the posterior muscles of the hip are learning to stabilize in different angles. I can also switch that up by allowing the helper foot to kind of go and cross behind, and that also teaches the posterior hip muscles to help me stabilize in an awkward position. We're just hanging out, breathing, letting those muscles burn out, changing a little bit of the position, changing the variable, and really feeling those muscles turn on. The goal here is to get stable. When the time is up on the first side, you go to the other side and check to see how does that feel compared to the first side. If it's weaker or stronger, make sure you pay attention to that and spend extra time, maybe a whole extra set on the weaker side. Now you might be saying to yourself, why are we doing this exercise anyway? What's the point? The point is you spend a lot of your time sitting in a chair like this, and it is going to kill your butt and hamstrings. So when you get up to go do something, you feel like you're a little bit hunched over. You feel like, man, I for some reason I can't stand up straight, and then if I get tipped forward, I can't recover, right? You're like, oh, these muscles don't know how to pull me back up. That's why we're doing this exercise, because these muscles have to be able to turn on when you're in this position in order to pull you up and out. You have to be in this position, turned on to get up and out. If you aren't used to recruiting those muscles, you're not going to be able to use them when it really matters. So when we're doing balance exercises, if you can't feel those turn on, this will help you wake up those muscles. All right, so let's get ready to train our balance on one leg at a time. I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to have the band around the hips, bent, and here we go. So we're just hanging out here. Find a position or an angle that feels like a little bit of a challenge, so you can feel the muscles in this stance leg working. You want to feel right around here working. You can play around with position, stepping to the side a little bit. You can cross that leg behind you. You can be straighter. You can be more bent with the knee, more bent at the hip. You want to be able to fire your butt and hamstring muscles in different configurations. So play around, figure out what feels like a challenge. When things get tired, change position. It's totally okay. As you get stronger at this exercise, you can add an extra band or use bands that are thicker with heavier resistance. Make sure to play around with angles, really keeping weight on this right leg right now. The other leg's just helping you balance. If you want to use a stick, you can use a stick. You can keep your weight forward, keep your weight back, play around, find the challenge, find the low-hanging fruit. All right, good. Take a little rest. I just want to take a second to say a big hello and thank you to these new YouTube supporters. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps me make videos like this one without having to waste my time and energy talking about supplements, clothing, website builders, or VPN. So thank you so much for your support. And if you haven't already, go to my website at uprighthealth.com and get on my newsletter and start a free course to help you rebuild your body at home. And of course, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get back to it. Right, so let's get set. I'm going to my left leg now. I'm gonna get into position. Band is right into the crease. Here we go. So right leg's just helping me balance. I don't have a lot of weight into it. Weight is into the left foot. You can play around here, mess with hand position, foot position. Just feeling the glutes, feeling these guys, feeling the high hamstrings, feeling the low glute, feeling a different part of my hamstrings now. Get creative, it's okay. Feeling that posterior hip, this can be real helpful if you have trouble waking up your butt, waking up your high hamstrings because you sit all day. Sink in there, figure out where your muscles don't want to go. Build that length, build that strength. If you ever feel like you need to take a rest, that's totally fine, take a rest. All right, almost there. Great. Nice job. Relax. This is a pretty light, easy exercise, so you can feel free to do it probably every other day and maybe even every day if it feels okay for your body. When you first start off slower, don't do a whole bunch of reps and see how you feel the next day. If it feels okay, then go ahead and do it some more. I just don't want you to cripple yourself with soreness, so pay close attention to how your body responds. If you're using a really heavy band, please don't. Start off with a light band and then gradually increase the resistance that you're using. And pay attention to whether your two sides are symmetrical, because they probably aren't. So you want to train the weaker side a little bit more, an extra 30 seconds, an extra minute to really get that side to catch up. So after you've done one round, do another round, and then do one more round for that weaker side. Or if you don't have time, then do one round for both sides and then an extra round for that weaker side. If you found this exercise helpful and you want a program full of exercises as powerful and practical as this one, then go to uprighthealth.com/DIY and check out the Healthy Hips program. It'll help you rebuild your hips at home. For more free videos to help you rebuild your hips and your balance at home, check these videos out here. Like, share, and subscribe with the bell notification on. And as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.